Boogety Boogety Boogety, JB, we're back with a jam-packed double race recap episode 28 here, rocking and rolling the Ernie Irvan, the Davey Allison episode. Shout out to to some of the legends of the number 28 ride, the Texaco Javelin episode, essentially for the classic sponsor of the 28 ride for so many years when it was riding around the track. But we have two races here to recover or recap and go over. JB, we have the first race in the round of 8 down in Las Vegas. We saw the 11
Vegas, baby.
roll 21 and pull up with that first win. And then, boom, JB, we got another race to throw out. We'll dive back into Las Vegas in a second. But first, we're going to shout out the winner of Talladega. 2 of the 3 JGR cars, I should say, have punched that ticket to Phoenix. You got the number 11 of Denny Hamlin, the number 19 of Chase Briscoe, and sitting pretty for points. The number 20,
very, very pretty.
The number 20 of Chris Bro. We could see 75% of the championship 4 be made up of JGR cars. 100% of the JGR field.
Wild.
That made the playoffs.
Wild.
Insane. Yeah. And we've seen maybe some evolution of some of these JGR drivers throughout these playoffs. A couple of races ago, we had some incidents where we saw 3 JGR cars, all piled up, and 2 of them getting together and causing an incident where Denny Hamlin gets into the back of the non-playoff JGR driver and Ty Gibbs. But then, fast forward, a couple of weeks go by, a couple of meetings with the team. Hey, this is how we do things here. They explain how they're going to work together and help each other. And you see Ty Gibbs locking up bumpers and just helping push Chase Briscoe up to the front, and he just cruised ahead. Nice little win at Talladega, easy a couple car lengths, and I think he won stage 2 as well. It looked very similar to the end of the stages, like stage 2 and stage 3 when he ended up getting those wins. But shout out Briscoe.
Shout out Briscoe, but first of all, shout out to Denny Hamlin taking out Vegas. I believe it's his 60th win.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin's 60th win.
60th win. He was super emotional. If you listen to his podcast and even afterwards when they were trying to do interviews, just about I don't know if people know this, but his dad was in a little bit of poor health, so he was just happy that his dad actually got to see him win the 60th race right here for him. And he even said those last 2 laps were questionable for him, but he said he closed his eyes and said a little prayer. And he normally does not pray for a win or anything like that, but those last 2 laps he just had to, just because he wanted this so bad. So shout out to Denny, man.
His car was a rocket. He had that speed late. He was just inevitably going to get that pass and steal the win. I mean, he was just flying around that track. And hats off to him. Number 10 on the all-time wins list, tied with Kevin Harvick.
Shout out.
He is 3 wins behind Kyle Busch. Another active driver on the all-time win list. It's been over 90 races since Kyle Busch has last gotten a win.
What?
Yeah. Kyle Busch sucks so bad. He hasn't won in over 90 races. I say that lightly. It's
oh, Jesus.
He's that's his winless streak. It's I think 91 now.
God, that is rough.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's drivers who had some long, Junior had a long winless streak as well.
But that is rough.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I mean, for Kyle Busch being what Kyle Busch is, and he was up at the front. He was leading some laps early in the race and stuff like that. But honestly, I can't say that I wanted Kyle Busch to win, but there was late in the race, and they were like, "Is Kyle Busch going to make a third line?" And then somebody else goes out and makes the third line, and I was like, part of me was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind texting D-Mac. Congrats to his guy. I'd be like, hey, it'd be cool to hit up D-Mac and be like, hey, shout out your guy. I'm not the most thrilled about it, but hey, congrats to him. It's been a while. But I don't know. It's just funny, seeing.
Funny that you bring that up, because after Vegas, the fan poll came out about everyone's favorite driver. And, obviously a lot of the names we pretty much know, but there are some that's gonna surprise you. So this is not in any particular order. Christopher Bell, he's up there. Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, and then these 3, Denny Hamlin, SVG, and one Mr. Kyle Busch.
Okay, yeah, I mean, not
These are the
surprising.
most popular drivers by fans.
Not surprising. I mean, especially with like Hamlin, Bush, and maybe even like a little bit with Logano too. Like these guys are like holdovers from like an old generation, like an old era. So, like especially Hamlin and Bush,
Oh
like
yeah, of course, yeah,
taking
yeah.
it back. Like these guys, you know what I mean? So for some fans, it's like I'm trying to think of like a great way to compare it, but it's like you know, when you see the NBA turning into
The 3-point
like
league
yeah, but
now.
then like you see like you know or like yeah, like you see like the evolution of like the NBA and college basketball. Do you remember like Gilles Okafor in college?
Oh yeah.
That would be like the like yeah, like that's what people are like hanging on to. That's like what Kyle Busch
Okay.
is. People are like that's like you know, like that back to the basket, like dominate the paint. You know, that's odd. Like this, that's
This is the old school
yeah,
power forward that we wanted. Now
yeah, like in the paint, like you know, you know, like
I don't want my power
posting
forward
up,
out shooting threes,
yeah, posting up, you know, like
playing with
20 and
Legos like
10.
cat. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's like not the like you know that's probably like the best comparison is like they're just like that like you know they're like holding people like into like the old school like the like you know it's something they can hang on to from the past and stuff. So uh it's crazy though like these guys like I feel like maybe people are retiring earlier, maybe they aren't racing as I don't know what it is. I just feel like
Mhm.
I feel like when I was younger like there was guys racing like into like their
Their
40s
40s,
and
yeah.
like and into like you know like their 50s or maybe like they just looked older because I'm like thinking back like
Uh,
like you know because I think Mark Martin was one of the first guys to really like take their health and fitness really seriously and that's part of what like led on his longevity as a driver.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't I really. Maybe I should just look into how old these guys were and when they were driving and stuff like that, because like they did look old as shit. But
I think
also,
yeah, this newer generation has probably like latched onto that health and trying to bettering themselves a little bit more, especially being in a condition to sit in a car for that long. Like, yeah, you need to be a little bit in physical health and physical shape. So if you want a long lasting career, this is what you have to do. And also they're probably thinking about their futures as well, too, especially if they have been in a bunch of wrecks as of lately. So it's like, hey, I kind of want to sit here and be an owner. I want to be in the front office. I want to do more than just be the guy in the car.
yeah, yeah, no doubt. But speaking of being the owner and the guy in the car, going back to Denny Hamlin, JB,
Yeah,
you know,
boy.
like I said, locked into the playoff. He I didn't expect him to be like full throttle, like going for the win
Oh,
at Talladega. I really don't expect him to be going for the win at Martinsville
I
either, even
really
though he
don't
is a
either.
six-time winner at Martinsville. I think he's going to be all focused on Phoenix and in that possible like championship. That 61st win is
Hmm.
like you know could be the biggest one of his career. I don't know though. A part of me is like I would be happy with either of these guys winning the championship. Hamlin because it's been like such like
Yeah, it's
a
been
long career. It's been so tough and like the road to get here, you know,
the road to get here
there's
is
so
not
many
easy.
there's so many trials and tribulations. I mean, and he he kind of has a slight history of choking.
He does, but
Like
honestly, this year I feel like there's something different about him. Like I don't know whether it's maybe he's just a little bit more comfortable in the car and on the track, or comfortable in his position in NASCAR, especially being part owner as well too. There's just a ease or comforting feeling that I see on his face whenever he's either interviewed or just radio responses in the car. There's
I
just
hear
something
you.
different about it this year.
I think this team has been really resilient and they've done a really good job of putting out like great performances. They've been like when they're not up at the front though, they tend to be, you know, not doing the best. And there's been just like every once in a while they've been dealing with these like slight mechanical issues. It's
Yes,
like
yes.
I heard someone use the phrase mechanical gremlins.
Mm,
And it's like,
that's different.
are
Okay.
these mechanical gremlins gonna continue to pop up for Hamlin late like in Phoenix or like, you know, like in other issues where like this stuff has happened before. I'm pretty sure like he yeah, I'll have to like recap and like refresh my memory, but I know like at Homestead he had like an issue where either he like ran out of gas or like got into a late caution or there was like a mistake late
Mm.
and it cost him a championship when they were racing at Homestead still. And it's just the fact that he's going up against his teammate too, it's like imagine like
That's gonna
the
be
celebrations
rough.
in the garage. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, can you celebrate? Well, obviously you're gonna be happy for your teammate if they somehow pull this off, but can you truly be happy and celebrate at the same time, knowing that you were a lap away or inches
yeah,
away from getting a win,
and
or just
especially
one, as you said, gremlin
yeah,
away from getting a win?
like for Hamlin too. Like imagine Briscoe wins the championship this year in
Oh,
his first year with JGR.
dude, that's
Hamlin's has spent
rough.
his whole career there. He's been to many finals. I
That's
think,
rough.
and then it's just like I said, it's just could this be the makings? And I like knock on wood. I don't want to see this happen, but like, is this our generation's Mark Martin? Is this the next like
Mm,
the Mark Martin of another generation? Like the thing with Mark is he didn't win the 500, the Daytona 500. Like there's like the '07 500 where like Kevin Harvick gets him on the last lap. It's such an epic race. So rough. We did not like Kevin Harvick for a little bit because of that. We were rooting for Mark Martin so hard in our house. And but yeah, I mean I just feel like that could be the case where like Hamlin just ends up like I don't know. I don't not that I want to see it happen, but it's gonna be very interesting. Vegas, I thought was a very great race, JB. Though something I want to talk about quickly, dude.
yeah.
William Byron. Oh
Oh,
my God, JB. And we'll go. We're gonna do like Quentin
yeah.
Tarantino, like
We're good.
we teased you. Now we're gonna go back. That's like the end. Back to the beginning. End of stage one though. Ryan Blaney, dude. We've seen Ryan Blaney and Chase
I feel so
Elliott.
bad for this man. I really do.
Dude, we saw two drivers we really like Ryan Blaney collectively, Chase Elliott. Obviously, it's my name. We those guys before the first stage even ends crashed out of the race, put themselves in a terrible points position.
They are in the hole
Holy shit!
deep right now.
Yeah, I mean Chase Elliott mathematically is in a must-win situation, and it's very plausible. He probably should have won at Martinsville earlier in the year, but Alan Gustin decided to take tires with like 15 to go. Denny Hamlin stays out. Tires were not a factor on that restart, and he
Nope.
cruised to the win. There's 6 Martinsville victory. His 6 grandfather clock he has to find a place for in his house.
Stupid ass
I know
clock.
you don't like
I
that
hate
clock,
clock.
JB,
Hate that clock so much.
but yeah, I mean it's just rough. And we'll see if he can get the win. Ryan Blaney has won this race the last 2 years in a row. He's in almost a near must-win situation to get to the playoffs. So could he possibly win his third Martinsville race in a row to lock himself into the playoffs? I mean, it's very tough.
Can I just say this is like perfect? This is the perfect amount of chaos I wanted to like end the season with and like in these playoffs with. Just like a hey, I have to win mindset from these last few drivers. Like that is it. Like I have to win,
Yeah.
like at any means necessary.
Yeah, I mean
This is perfect.
it'll be good. I mean, I'm hoping.
I'm still hoping for my guy Christopher Bell.
Yeah,
Please.
I know that's the thing, JB. I'm at like a little bit of odds right now. Like part of me would think it's pretty cool that all 3 JGR cars make the championship 4. But part of me is also like I've got 50% of my championship 4 already locked in. If Larson makes it, that's 75% of my prediction correct, and then all I need is Ryan Blaney to win the race, and then that's boo. That'd be if Blaney and Larson end up sneaking in, I'm gonna be like, hey, I called these 4.
I called this shit first,
I called Briscoe as my dark horse,
and you got to take your victory
I
lap.
was like, yeah, and if Larson wins the championship, I'm gonna be like, hey, this is the year of fast and loose, man. I'm telling you.
You take your victory lap as you should.
Speaking of fast and loose, too, JB, it was one Mr. Jeff Burton, who I believe it was on the broadcast of the race, that said verbatim, JB, this was last week at Las Vegas, to go fast, you have to be loose. And as soon as I heard that, I looked over at Eleanor and I was like, "Oh my God, he just said
Our name.
He just said our show." I was like, I texted you immediately. I'm like, JB. I was like, Jeff Burton just said 34 laps to go. To be fast, you got to be loose. And it's just like, oh my God, that's so perfect. That's fucking us. And I heard
That is
and I
amazing.
heard yesterday somebody was like talking about like what we gotta do, like I think it was Briscoe in like his pre-race interview talking about like we're just stacking pennies, like which is another reason. Like it was like they only do that at Talladega and shit like that. Like fucking fast and loose applied everywhere. Yeah, like you stack
They know
you
of us
stack
now.
your pennies at the drafting tracks. Okay, like
They know of us now.
yeah.
Can I just say that, like, going to Talladega, an unusual top five, like finishing that at the podium?
I
Would you think?
suppose. I mean, I think like it's always going to be just like these drafting track at Dega, like at Daytona. I think you're always going to find like an interesting. Like it's just you can always find this like hodgepodge. It's always going to be interesting because you have people pushing, teammates locked up,
Obviously,
manufacturers tied together.
Chase Briscoe coming in number one with the help of Ty. He gave him a huge shout out afterwards during his post race interviews.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ty Gilliland coming second, Ty Gibbs third, Bubba Wallace, then Cole Custer.
Yeah,
Round out the top five. What?
dude. Honestly, I want to shout out Todd Gilliland too because I don't remember which guy in the broadcast. It might have been Jeff Bird. It might have been one of the other guys. I can't remember right now. But they were doing their credit ones, one to watch throughout the race, and one of the guys was like Todd Gilliland. He was way back in like 17th, but then all of a sudden he was, all of a sudden, like literally within 2 laps, he was up in the front row leading the race, and he was like, "I'm feeling good. That was my guy I picked." And hey, his teammate Zane Smith.
Shout
Man,
out.
Zane Smith and Todd Gilliland, it was so cool to see Front Row Motorsports, the two cars in the front row, like living up to the team name. Also, one of their other drivers, Noah Gregson, involved in a wreck earlier. He gets involved. Like
We always see a wreck at Talladega. Like, there's
yeah,
always something
not a big
crazy.
one. There was a couple of wrecks, JB. I think not a ton of cautions thrown, but two of them involving the lead car, the leader of the race getting, and we've seen that before. Last time we were at Dega, Joey Logano was leading early and he gets spun. We saw Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, or not Chase, Chris Buescher get caught up into that wreck too. But yeah, I mean, it's just we've seen like you're leading, and then someone gets in the back, it takes you sideways, a little bit too much of a bump, and it's just tough. Allmendinger with a rough hit. He was left. I was a little worried for him seeing him laying on the side of the car, just like on the track. He was like couldn't tell if he was just in a lot of pain or what the deal was.
I
It was
feel
rough
like he
hit.
was hurt.
It
Like,
was a rough hit.
I don't know if it was more body hurt or maybe just pride hurt. Just a simple fact of like, all right, my day is done.
But either way, I was rough to see, and yeah, I mean, just interesting race, all around, JB. Kind of uneventful, I would say. Like it wasn't.
I mean, a little just because of
if not to say they were just like logging laps, but like there wasn't a ton of action going on. Like I said, it was a clean race. Not a lot of wrecks or anything like that. So like they were able to like
which
keep
is
it
something
together.
everyone's happy for.
Yeah.
If it's a clean race, yeah.
But it wasn't until about 9 to go when you saw like I literally felt like my heart starting to like my heart rate pick up.
That tension start to grow.
Yeah, and I was like getting into it. Like I slowly like creeping closer and closer towards the edge of my seat. My guy Zane Smith up there. I was like, hell yeah! He finished 9th. Not too bad. Still
Not
top
bad.
10, but man, I thought possibly when he was up at the front with 9 to go, I was like, it's a little too early to be up at the front. But I was like, maybe you could stay up there, and then the inside line just got swallowed up a little bit. Just couldn't get a good run going. It was the middle and the outside that really had the momentum, and then they kind of moved their way down. Moved their way down the track a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's just always fun. I mean, it's always fun seeing Dega because, like, it's going to be intense down to the last couple laps, and
of course,
and Martinsville is going to be just as intense next week as
Well, obviously now, yeah, with that do or die type of mentality that are in for these final couple drivers. I don't know if you've seen the standings right now.
Yeah, so we have Bell and Larson are the next two in, JB.
Yep.
And then
Bell's got 37 points. Larson has 36. And obviously Byron, Logano, Blaney, Elliott are all behind him with like minus 36 to minus 62. The big one for Chase Elliott.
Yeah. It's been I found out something about myself too as I was rooting for that race yesterday, JB.
You're an Austin Dillon fan now?
No. I like William Byron. I like Kyle Larson. I wouldn't say I'm like fans necessarily. Like I like them, but I'm not like, oh, I'm like growing up, like I felt like my childhood was coming out a little bit because like my family, my parents, they weren't really Hendrick car fans.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't
That's a
really
little shocking.
they didn't
Like,
really care for him, and like we were mostly rooting for Roush. Honestly, we were like that was like our team,
that's fair.
and yeah. So like we always, it's just like we also saw a lot like my parents weren't Jimmy Johnson fans. They like, kind of like I don't think they're like indifferent about Jeff Gordon, but
Mm.
like the Hendrick, they just were like oh, Hendrick. They're always just like I hear my dad and his buddies like they'd be talking. It's like they weren't Hendrick guys.
Was there a
And
reason why,
I
or
don't I don't
just
know. I don't really know why. I'd have to maybe I'll ask him later and like figure it out. But
yeah? I like to
um
know that. That's interesting, actually.
but I found out like I was like just like seeing Larson and Byron at the front of the race, and I was just like, I really don't want a Hendrick car to win this race. I did not want. I just didn't want a Hendrick car to win. I don't know what it was. I just like it didn't
Your
matter.
childhood took
Didn't matter
over.
either or. Like I wanted it to be. Like I wanted it to be either one of like my non-playoff guys or Briscoe, and I was happy it was Briscoe. Like I was like rooting for it. I think part of it.
Funny.
I think maybe if I didn't have any of like the like I picked Briscoe to make the playoffs as my dark horse, and like that locks him in and like guarantees that I'm like it, like make that like validation makes me feel cool. Like probably that, but like I don't know. Just wasn't rooting for a Hendrick car.
Hmm.
I was rooting for Byron last week. I want him to win at Vegas.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What happened from there to now?
I don't know. I feel like it was week to week. Like it's just like I wanted Briscoe to win that race more. I think that was probably what it boiled down to.
Hmm.
Like, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. I wouldn't say I didn't like Chase Briscoe going into the year. I just felt like very like indifferent to him. Like he was just like, oh, another Chase, like But he's really performed, and I was just like, damn, like I really like the
You
guy.
gotta give him his credit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think part of it too was just like the number 19 and like the Bass Pro Shops tracker scheme all the time. I was just like, yeah, I'm used
You're
to
just
that.
kinda
Like
over.
it's like just switch it up a little bit. Like Martin Truex drove that a lot, and it's like let's mix it up. But I get it. Like big sponsor, good relationship. They're there. I'm pretty sure to see him get the win. So
Oh, of course.
hell yeah. But yeah, JB. I mean, a lot going on in Vegas, a lot going on in Dega, and it'd be interesting to see. Like clocks ticking, pun intended.
TikTok.
For these drivers at Martinsville, and it's going to be very interesting to see. Who. Which of these drivers, end up striking midnight on their Cinderella season and their chance for the championship, turns into a pumpkin, JB kaputs.
Like I said, this is it. This is intense right now.
Hell yeah.
Like I don't even I can't even comprehend what these drivers are going through right now. But I know once Sunday gets here, like they're gonna be locked in,
Mm-hmm.
and like this is gonna be a race to watch,
Hell
to
yeah.
just sit and watch and admire.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Let me double check. Do I have this Sunday off? I can always figure this out later. But I had to work this past Sunday. Actually the last few Sundays I've had to like watch the race while I'm working and doing nothing.
Yeah.
But
I know. Life. We got life,
Yeah.
people.
okay. I'm working Sunday, but I'm not as of right now, and it could subject to change because I don't have the rest of November out. But I could be off for the championship race in Phoenix.
Hey.
So we'll see. Hopefully, but yeah. Fingers crossed. If not, maybe I'll still watch it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're gonna watch it regardless.
Yeah, still be watching it while I'm working and shit. But that'd be cool to have the day off. Just maybe go out to a bar, watch it. I remember where I was last year watching it. They were at Stick's old proprietary place.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know the name of it. It's just not even open anymore. So it's just
yeah.
yeah.
RIP.
But yeah, I'm literally sitting there watching the race. Like I'm sitting there and like Sean and Neil are there like before, like I think it was like during their pregame or like like before their pregame show or whatever, and I'm just like sitting there and I'm just I keep looking over and I'm like pointing. I'm like, everybody see this? Like Joey Logano's gonna win his third championship,
and no one was
no one paid attention
at all.
No one cared at all. I don't think anyone like he won. Like it was the last like 80 laps. Like it was like a decent chunk of the race. He wasn't even in the lead. He made the pass. Like he made the pass to take the lead. I can't remember from who. They go into the pits. He ends up taking the lead back again late. I think maybe like 25 to go or something like that. And then I was just like, I'm literally going like,
is no one watching this? Is
oh
no
yeah,
one paying
I
attention?
literally got like my arm out. I'm like,
Did you guys just see that? I'm like,
yep.
what? No,
And
what?
no one's even looking at me as I'm like going like, and I see it, and
I
I'm
can
like,
imagine you there sitting on the stool, just like, you guys, like,
and I'm literally just like looking. I like turn around and looking over. I'm like, he's not even looking at me, bro. No fucks given
they did
from
not
these
care.
dudes. And I'm like sitting there like, oh my god! And I was rooting for Joey. Honestly, I found myself rooting for Joey. Like it was like, I think he was driving a Hunt Brothers skew, and I was like, fuck yeah, Hunt Brothers Pizza. Root for that. I'll root for Hunt Brothers Pizza, JB. But
We do like our food
I
cards.
might be getting that right. He might have been just rocking the regular shell as well too. He rocks that all the time. But I mean, either way, like I found myself rooting for Joey. Crazy enough, but to get into more of the craziness, JB, we've got a double race recap. So we've got twice as much of the gas, the pass, the crash
Yes,
to get
sir.
into. We've got twice as many of the cars of the week to pick out.
Do we have special guest cars?
No,
this week? I know-
yes, from Vegas.
All
From
right,
Vegas,
okay.
yes. My dad texted me after the race. Like as soon as the race started, he's like, "Hey, this is my car." So I was like, "Fuck yeah, Dad! Appreciate
Hey,
that."
shout out, Dad.
So we'll dive into those. And Eleanor gave me some of hers. I'm gonna try to remember them if I can. Sorry,
Yeah.
but hey, we'll be back after a quick word from No Chill with JB Smooth. Thanks again. Shout out JB Smooth for the sponsorship. Watch No Chill with JB Smooth Saturdays at noon. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, or else. Shout out, special thanks to No Chill with JB Smooth. Shout out, check them out. Saturdays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. New episodes dropping. Kick off your weekend with absolutely zero chill with Mr. JB himself. We've got our gas pass crash, JB, we'll dive into from Las Vegas.
Viva
Then
Las Vegas.
we'll dive into Dega, and then we'll jump into the cars of the week for us. I guess I'll kick us off really quick with our gas pass crash. My gas from Vegas, no surprise, it's gonna be for the driver that hit 21, the number 11, running around the track. Obviously, like I said, I kind of foreshadowed, hinted at it a little earlier. They were just insanely fast at the end of that race. They had the just pure speed to just drive away from the competition. And shout out Denny Hamlin, 60th win of his career, put him 10th on the all-time wins list, tied with Kevin Harvick, as we said. I thought it was cool. He's like, normally, like, this is where I give you guys some shit, but you can tell, like, remember at Michigan, he was like, my dad tells me to be humble, blah, 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 but I just beat your favorite driver, not
all
today.
your favorite drivers.
And, like, you could tell how much, like, he was, taking what his dad said to heart and, like, meaning, like, how much his dad means to him, to get that win and, to have that chance to really go for the championship next week or in 2 weeks at Phoenix, I should say. My pass for this race is gonna go to, as I try to think about it, I think JB.
Who we going with?
I'm gonna jump ahead to my crash really fast. My crash is gonna go to William Byron. That was a rough wreck. I thought he had a chance to, like, I'm very curious, like, where he would be sitting points wise.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I think him and Briscoe would have flipped spots going into Talladega, and Briscoe would have been the one on the outside looking in. I mean, Briscoe ends up getting the win at Dega, so it doesn't really matter. But, like, it's just interesting to see how that would have shaken out, and then, like, I mean, just see how it all happens. Because, but yeah, still. And then my pass for Las Vegas. This sounds weird, JB, because this driver crashed.
What's
but
that?
I think I want to give the pass to Ryan Blaney, weirdly enough.
Really?
Because because and like not necessarily like a making a pass on the race, but it's kind of like getting like a pass in the playoff scene. Because even though he crashed out, he was still right there with his teammate Joey Logano going into Dega, and it seemed like the point situation leaving Talladega compared to the point situation going into Talladega, it seems like he kind of got away with one. Like Chase Elliott is in a terrible spot after
Mm,
after even after he finished Vegas.
yeah, he
But
sitting rough right now.
Ryan Blaney, same thing happened to him. He crashes before stage one, gets no points, and able to collect no points. But I think it's because I don't know, he kind of got a free pass with that. I don't know.
Mm.
And then I think he just got lucky with like the situation that happened to Byron too. Like it's I don't know. I think Blaney kind of sort of got away,
Kind of lucked
not like
out a
got
little
away
bit.
with one because he's still on the outside looking in, and he probably won't. I'm gonna say probably won't make Phoenix, as like a way to maybe like jinx it a little bit, like give him extra luck to nudge his way in. But I mean, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's a bad pick, but I think right now it's hard for me to think of something else. But I feel like compared to the other playoff drivers, he kind of got away with one.
Okay.
So, and not that he was in a great spot,
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
where he wanted to be, or they obviously finished the race, get the points, but like for crashing when he did, I felt like he was like in a much better spot than you know, like I said, compared to
Then
Chase Elliott
compared to
this week.
everyone
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess he gets my playoff pass.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
What else you, my guy?
For Vegas, for me, Gas obviously has to go. Number 11, Denny Hamlin, getting that 60th win. Just the emotion on this man's face, knowing that his father got to witness this, being in that poor health that he was, and then just kind of seeing this playoff hopes fully evolve more and more as each race goes on, and like he's right back in the same spot he was. Could this be his year? It's still up in the air to be decided. My pass has to go to the spotters. The communication
It would have been a good one,
of the
JB.
spotters, my God, they're already in a text chain from what I heard from the drivers and everyone, just about how they know they need to be a little bit better and how they need to improve week to week. Because if they don't grow, then they're going to be looking for new spotters coming up pretty soon. And my crash or grass has to go to Ryan Blaney and and Byron for wrecking early exit. But as you said, this might be a little somewhat of a blessing in disguise, as you said. Like, even though you're down on points, you still got a shot. You still got one more shot left in you.
Yeah, I mean, I I'm excited, man. Martinsville is always a fun track to begin with, and then um yeah, it's just there's so much on the line too. I mean, we've seen iconic moments from uh the Hail Melon, at Martinsville years ago.
Hey,
And Christopher Bell's the one who won that race as well. So it's like, not that um, it's not impossible for him to like pull off the win at Martinsville either. It's like we've seen Blaney, we've seen Elliott, Bell. I mean, these guys have all won at Martinsville. I'm trying to, I can't remember off the top of my head if who else has wins, in their career at Martinsville, but um yeah, I mean, like those are three guys, who have a chance to like guarantee their way in, and two of those guys pretty much have to win their way in. So, but we'll move on to Dega. JB, I'll get my gas pass crash out the way. I'm gonna say gas is gonna go. Well, to Chase Briscoe, obviously,
obviously,
yeah.
yeah.
I see he's got the win, pulled away. Nice, like little 1.5, 2 car length lead to win the race by, and yeah, just put it together. The team has been really fast all year, like multiple poles, has just dominated, and like across like like showed up to the track and like just been really good. They've led a lot of laps. They performed well. Like the team is. I'm thinking back to their first win at Pocono when they just like played the fuel mileage game so like to perfection. And yeah, my pass for this week, I think my pass is gonna go to. Fuck, I'm trying to think, JB. My pass has been tough to pick, but I think it's gonna go. I'm gonna go to the crash again first, real quick, JB. My crash for this week, it's gonna go to Chase Elliott. Not his fault. The incident with AJ Allmendinger, Noah Gregson that we talked about, he slows up, does what he's supposed to, and then just ends up getting caught. Somebody hits into him, and then he ends up into somebody else, just kind of like pinballing around. Just bummer. Ends his day, puts him in a rough position. He has nothing he can do about it. He has no fault of his own to be in that position. Just sucks. And I think my pass is going to go to a car that ends up just getting passed by a lot of the field. This isn't a good pass, JB. It's going to go to Kyle Larson because they end up running out of
Ooh.
gas on the last lap on the back stretch, just having to dip down on the apron. And you
Uh,
just see him. I mean, it could have been huge. They could have been one up there. They were in the front row fighting for the win, getting pushed by their teammate, William Byron. It could have been a great Hendrick versus Gibbs, just like who is gonna get the win, who like for the playoff, like who's got it, and it's just out of gas. Byron's not there, and it just kind of changed that bottom line a little bit. Kind of slowed their momentum down just enough to take them out of it in that last turn, and Briscoe ends up pulling off for the win. So that's been my gas pass crash, I think, from Talladega.
Talladega. All right, Ricky Bobby. All right, Ricky Bobby. We do got some overlap. I will say that. Obviously, the gas. Chase Briscoe, my man. I was not expecting this out of you. I will fully say that I was not expecting this out of you, but I am very impressed. I will give you that. My pass goes to the unlikely hero taking the podium, Mr. Todd Gilliland. Once again, I didn't know you had this in you. Chase knew. I did not. I apologize. I apologize for that deeply. And finally, my grass goes to everyone in the stage 1 wreck. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Just a rough day.
yeah, for sure.
Rough day at the office, but we still got one more.
That's Dega for you. Rough for AJ Allmendinger. He could have definitely taken the crash as well. Like I said, that hard hit, but shout out to those guys. Like, glad everyone's safe.
Yeah, that's the most important part. That everyone came out of those wrecks still safe and were able to get back to the garage.
Hell yeah. But JB, I'm ready if you are. We'll dive into the cars of the week. We got a couple of guest picks from Las Vegas.
Yeah, you want to start off with our guest picks?
Yeah. I'll shout out my dad really fast. He rattled off a quick list of cars for us. I'll just run through them in reverse numerical order just to keep it fun. So he wanted to shout out from Las Vegas the number 88 from SVG, that New Zealand scheme that they had.
Hey,
He wanted to shout out the 48 of Alex Bowman. He wanted to shout out the 45 of Tyler Reddick, the 5 of Kyle Larson, and then rounding out his list, number 1, the one car, the Tootsie's Orchid Lounge, Ross Chastain ride. He dug that. He wanted to send those in. He texted me after the race. He's like, "Hey, my 5 favorite paint colors themes this week," and then just listed them off. And I was like, "Hell yeah, appreciate it."
nice.
So, hell yeah. And then Eleanor, she had a couple cards she wanted to shout out as well. I'm going to try to go through the list really fast and remember it was the 60 from the reverse numerical order again. We'll go with the 60 crumble cookie car from Ryan Priest.
Oh my god.
It was the Arby's steak nuggets.
I knew
Ford
this car was gonna
from
make.
Cody
I just knew
Ware.
it.
Yeah, she liked Tyler Reddick's Jordan brand. She thought that was pretty sick. She, a woman after my heart. She's going after the food cars. The number 35 Hungry Jack pancakes from Riley.
I knew it.
And then last but not least for her, because I believe that's 5 or 4 already. It's the Tootsie's Orchid Lounge, the Flames. She thought that was sick as well.
Okay, see? All right. I love the Tootsie car, man.
Hell yeah. But JB, I will kick it off to you. Let's see if we have any overlaps from Vegas, from my dad, from Eleanor. We'll see what we got rocking and rolling.
All right, starting out in Vegas, number 5. I went to the Xfinity series for this one. One Mr. Nick Sanchez.
Okay.
Driving the number 48, the Dios Azul Tequila for the Chevy, which I could really use some tequila at that point. It was just a cool car. Just a light blue paint scheme with the bottles on the side. So shout out to that one. Number 4, also stayed in the Xfinity series with this one, Mr. Trevor Bain, driving the 24 Olipop SpongeBob, baby.
Hell yeah.
The SpongeBob. You gotta love SpongeBob, obviously. Number 3, we got some overlap in this. Number 88, SVG.
Shout out.
Driving the
Hell yeah.
jockey New Zealand Chevrolet. It looked like Jurassic Park. The car just kind of reminded me of Jurassic Park with the black and
Really, it reminded me of the rugby team, the All Blacks.
See? Number two, I stick with this brand as much as I can. Tyler Reddick dropping the 45 Jordan brand car. It just looks sweet. Like I said, I always got to rep the Jordan brand anytime, any day. And number one, because I wanted this man to win so much just off of this paint scheme by itself, Mr. Kyle Larson driving the number 5 Hendrix.com Chevy, supporting the Zach Brown band.
Hell yeah! I didn't notice it at first too, JB. But they're playing at the Sphere, and behind the 5, they kind of have like the Sphere on the.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I didn't notice that. I got to zoom in on that.
Yeah, it's pretty badass look right there. So definitely thought that was
a sick car.
Yeah, I definitely thought that was really cool. It's like a new twist on an old classic that HendrixCars.com has just become so like iconic, especially with Kyle Larson driving it and stuff. It's just hell yeah. But very, very classy, JB. Got a few I think we might have an overlap or two.
Okay, let's see.
Hell yeah. But running through my list of cars, JB, I'm gonna start out with one of my favorite drivers. I love rocking and repping them. Although I'm not repping them right now. I do have some other merch that rocks and reps them. It's the number 17 International Delight Coffee Creamer.
Oh, that was gonna be on my list too.
Yeah.
It was.
That was the Chris Buescher number 17 Kroger Ford right there. That was making my list. And then like I said, the coffee creamer French vanilla is my go-to.
That's a go-to.
Heck yeah. And I like International Delight. They used to have it on like the tables at this at Ryan's restaurant, this tiny little diner that's no longer open in Grass Lake. And we used to go there days of our cross country meets. We'd have team breakfast. I was a freshman. The upperclassmen were like, "Hey, you should take a drink of one of those creamers. It tastes just like Lucky Charms marshmallows." And I'm like,
twice.
Oh no. I was like, I'm not falling for it. You guys are trying to hate. I was basically like, you guys trying to fuck with me. I'm the young gun. You guys the upperclassmen. I've seen how you fuck with everybody else. I was a new kid too. So I was like, I'd kind of like seen how everybody else got messed with and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like, I was faster than them, so they couldn't physically like catch
they
me.
Couldn't mess with you on them.
Yeah, like I'd run away. But like there's just like one of those times where I was like, and they're like, no, and they're like, we'll do it with you, and then we all kind of peeled the lid back and we threw it back, and I was like, oh my god, they were right. So that's anytime I'm out and I see one of those, I'm always like, just take a shot of this. I was like, it's just like, and they're like, no. I'm like, I'll do it with you. They're like, I'm like, I'm not fucking with you, I promise.
Trust me.
And then they're like, no, I don't. I'm like, I'll do it here. And then they're like, how was it? It tastes just like a marshmallow. So good.
You don't gotta convince me. Trust me. Every single time when we were younger, we used to go to 7-Eleven, grab a Slurpee, and right by the Slurpee little area is where the coffee stuff is. We used to always grab French vanilla, International creamer, just shove a couple in our pocket, just drink it on the way back.
Interesting.
We just walk to 7-Eleven, grab some, and then, just shove a couple in our pocket, drink them on the way back. Now they're gotten a little strict about it, and they don't only put out a few here and there at the 7-Eleven. So I guess we were drinking them under the table, a little bit out of business.
We're going to take a quick turn into the pits real quick, Jamie. Quick pit stop talking about these during the car of the week. I will sometimes I make my own coffee at home because I just don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. I mean,
but sometimes I run out of creamer and it's like fuck. So what I'll do is I'll stop by the gas station. I will get the cup and I will literally just fill it up with creamer. I'll either go to the lever or I'll just like fill it up with the little cups because it's like they just charge you for the cup. They don't
give a shit. Yeah,
I'm like fuck it. I'm gonna fill that thing up with like $8 worth of creamer. And they'll just like,
what are they gonna do? Check it? Like, I gotta check see if you got coffee.
They don't.
In there.
Yeah, they don't. And so that's just like I've done that a few times, just
see
desperate times, But
these are hacks, people, that you can learn.
But quick, we fueled up quickly. We're out of the pits now. We're gonna stay on the topic of breakfast though. I'm gonna move on to my next car, the number 35 Hungry Jack pancakes from Riley Herbst. Shouting that bad boy out. Yeah, Eleanor knew what she was doing when she shouted that one out. I have another car. Doesn't race all the time. But when they do, they tend to make the list, JB, I would say. Okay. I feel like it's part of it's just like I want to give them a little bit of love, just shout them out a little bit. It's the Epoxy Depot 44 Chevrolet from JJ Yaley.
Hey.
Fuck, I should have shouted them out because now I'm going to leave one car off the list. Fuck, well, damn you, JJ Yaley. You took one this week. I think we'll skip an overlap, JV. Sadly, just know that Tyler Reddick, you are remembered. But I do
Shout
want to
out my
shout out. I
2311.
do want to shout out the Ally 48. That lime green scheme was badass,
That
man.
was
I
dope.
dug it.
That
I
was
dug
dope.
it. Yeah. And then man, I really don't know what I want to do here with this last pick. I think I'm gonna double dip, JB. I'm gonna go with the Arby's steak nuggets, 51
I
Ford.
knew it.
You
I
know,
knew it.
I've had so many food themed cars in this list. It's like I should have dumped the epoxy depot and gone with the crumble cookie. Then I could have done. And then honestly, if I would have dumped the Ally, I could have gone with the Zane Smiths.
I still got to try these Arby's nuggets.
I
Like
could.
some people say they're good, some people say they're bad. So like, I got to try them.
I haven't tried them either, but I haven't been to Arby's in forever. But like honestly, there was a chance to go all 5 cars food
I
related.
haven't been to Arby's since they got rid of the cakes, like the little hash brown cakes.
Never had hush puppies.
No, like since they got rid of them.
I've never had those. I'm not sure what those are.
Yeah, the little what are they called? God damn.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, when I go to Arby's, for the longest time, I would only order a chicken sandwich, which is probably kind of strange.
Really?
But I eventually tried the roast beef, and I was like, oh, that's good. But most of the time, I like their chicken sandwich. That's usually what I get at Arby's. Call me a weirdo, but
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Huh?
But yeah, but that's my 5 for.
The potato cakes. Potato cakes, yeah. Since they got rid of those, they brought them back, but like, I don't know if I trust that they brought them back. They probably changed something, so I don't like that.
Yeah. I've not had them before ever, so I'm not too familiar with them like in the slightest. But
they're basically like the giant hash brown kind of.
Yeah, I got you. I'll take your word for it. But heck yeah, JB, we'll dive in. We got the Dega 10, if we want to call it that, for this week. We got our. I can't talk right now. I'm just trying to go through. I guess I'm trying to figure out these potato things. But cars of the week, JB, for Talladega. I don't have any extra cars from my dad or from Eleanor for this race, but so we just got the regular 10. But excited to see who you got picked out. Who is standing out for you in this race weekend?
So number 5, this one was a little weird for me. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. driving the number 47 Jack Link's non-vegan Chevrolet. Yeah. So like, what is non-vegan Jack Links? Isn't that just regular Jack Links?
Yeah, yeah. Wait. I think it's just like, oh, we're not vegan, like
that's just regular Jack. Like, why would you? I don't know. I found it funny, and I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense.
Seems like one of those oh, it seems unspoken, but that beef jerky is not vegan. Like,
to non-vegan beef jerky, what?
But
anyway,
yeah, either way,
I always stick with these guys. So number 4 had to be Bubba Wallace driving the number 23 Columbia Toyota for 2311. It's a cool car, just a cool looking car. Number 3, I went over to the Xfinity series. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, but Mason Maggio driving the number 91 Dennis Energy pouches.
Okay. Oh, I know Chumba. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't figure out how to say it, but like,
I could not figure out how to say it either. But it looked sweet as hell with the little kind of like lightning strikes in different color all over the car, and it's green and black too. So
yeah, pretty cool colors. Kind of give you like toxic waste theme.
Yeah, a little bit too. Number 2, I had to go with Justin Haley driving the number 7 Gamebridge Assist Chevy. I just like the cool gears on the car, so that was pretty cool. The yellow and black fits pretty well. And number 1 for me, it's hunting season for this man always. Ross Chastain, the number 1 Busch Light hunting Chevrolet.
Yeah,
he always had the weird Busch Light hunting paint schemes.
Hell yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. Busch Light, they always do something different. They
and it's camo too.
Yeah, no, I mean they're out there in the Talladega National Forest or the Talladega Forest in Alabama. I don't know if it's National Forest or not, but yeah, I mean definitely some nice looking rides, JB.
Like I said, they did not disappoint these past 2 weeks.
No. I'm gonna start us off, JB, with I would say like a little bit of like a not strange pick, but I would say
An odd one for you, would you
yeah,
say?
this car I would say isn't like anything that I would say is like outright spectacular. I found it. It's my fifth car, and I think there was only four that really stuck out to me. So if you don't like it, oh well. It's more of like an homage to the driver and like their quest for this career accomplishment. Casey Mears is going for 600 career starts in the Cup Series, and he's I think last I knew he's at like 591 or 592. He's driving the number 66 Valhalla SI Yachts Ford this week, and I just want to shout that out because I'm
Okay.
looking forward. I'll be happy with Casey Mears, like gets that 600th career start. Not racing a lot, but just trying to get up there. And yeah, I remember them driving for a while. So not never really like a driver I was like super like a big fan of or anything like that, but just a name I remember from growing up and just cool. Like just 600 starts, long time in the sport. So hats off to Casey Mears, be rooting for them to get that 600 start.
Another person who is on his way to 600 starts, but first he has to hit the 400 start that he had over this past weekend. Kyle Larson. There was even a fan who stopped by his hauler and gave him some cupcakes to,
Nice,
celebrate. So
hell
shout out
yeah,
to you.
hell yeah. Shout out Kyle Larson. Yeah, and almost got his first drafting style win. Oh man, what could have been? Thought he had enough fuel. That's what they said on the radio. But um, But next up, JB, I'm gonna keep it rolling. I think I'm gonna go in numerical order for the most part. I think
Okay.
there's one when we get to the end, it's gonna be like a little bit of a mix up. But I got 3 Cup cars, and then we're gonna take it to some of the lower series for the rest. I'm gonna go with an overlap with you, the Columbia 23 from Bubba Wallace, the red and the black. I loved how dark the front of the car was. It made the red 23 pop, and then it kind of reminds me of like the 2311 logo and like the they kind of like red and black are their colors mostly, but I like the way they kind of like tapered. The back of the car is more red. Just badass in general. Columbia makes some really good like rain gear, so I like
Oh yeah, I love Columbia.
hell yeah. Um, Next up, I want to rock and rep my guy Zane Smith up at the front. Driving a cool car, the Benabone pet sponsored Ford. Obviously, like we got the cats running around up here all the time while we're recording and stuff. So, just seeing a little bit of that puppy love on the ride. Just want to shout it out.
Puppy love on a ride.
Next up, I want to go to the lower series, JB. We got one Xfinity, and then making the top of the podium, JB, for my car of the week, truck series car. But Connor Mosack, the number 99, Apave, Apave, whatever it is. It's just I just think it's sick. The car ride that's like white, green, the font of the 99 is pretty cool.
that's cool.
I don't know. It just kind of gives me like some ghoulish vibes, if that makes sense. It's Halloween. I'm like thinking of like, not that it's anything Halloween related at all.
There was a pumpkin car too.
But
I forgot who was driving it, but yeah.
But yeah, it's a very like ghoulish green to me, JB, and I like it, and I like the look of the font. Like the corner of the 9 has this like weird point to it, and I kind of dig it. I don't know.
I'm trying to get my cars to look like that in NASCAR 25. They just don't come out looking like that.
But my car of the week, JB,
number 1
is gonna go to the number 69. Tyler Tomasi's driving the 69 Ford, the Ellie Productions sponsored truck. That is a YouTube NASCAR creator, JB.
Oh my!
Ellie Productions, shout out. I mean, I've seen a lot of their videos, JB. I see was over here trying to send you one about Denny Hamlin a second ago.
Oh my god,
dude, that's awesome, bro. A NASCAR content creator, someone who does exactly what we do, JB. Imagine if Fast and Loose was sponsoring a car in any of the NASCAR series, whether it's the Menards,
we will,
the Truck Series, like the O'Reilly Auto Parts series next year when they change it from the Xfinity series. I mean, even the Cup Series, JB, it's like tons and tons of money. But shout out! I don't think this is the first time that they've done this either.
I don't think so.
Shout out Ellie Productions. Making my car of the week, bro. Like the number 69, Tyler Tomasi. I thought it's funny too, the number 69. But
I thought it was gonna be 6'7". 6'7".
No, JB. I am not a child. I was working at the zoo and this kid was trick or treating,
Oh,
and he
God.
literally does that, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's so cringy, but like it's so stupid that you
Ugh.
just have to do it. Like,
Dude, they had Matt and Shane had that guy, the dude who came up with the song on their podcast, and he's like made them do it with him, and it was like, ugh, it was so cringe,
so gross, so gross.
But yeah, shout out, like I said, shout out Ellie Productions. I thought it was cool, badass. We're shouting out a NASCAR content creator, but yeah, just hats off. It's been a badass week. Sorry we have to double dip, kind of recap them together. Hopefully we'll be able to stagger the next two races independently. But either way, we got a bunch. We have nothing but great content coming the rest of the season for us, because we have the cutoff race, which always delivers the drama, and then we're gonna crown a champion. One of these guys is gonna be
a champion.
So we'll see what happens. I would love. Part of me would love to see Denny Hamlin win that championship to make the Francis have to walk out and give the trophy to someone who is actively in a legal battle against the entity, the governing body of NASCAR.
That is true as well.
That would be funny as hell.
Are there any early predictions for Martindale?
Early predictions for Martinsville? I think Christopher Bell gets the win.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. And it's like, it sucks to say that I'm kind of like, I don't really want him to win. Like, I don't know. I've soured on Christopher Bell a little bit. I don't know. It's like, and I don't want to. So I want to root for the 20, but it's just like, But I knew this would happen eventually. I liked too many guys. I liked everybody. Eventually, I was going to start not liking people, or like having
eventually you were going to get to your cutoff, or like,
or like there would be like,
I like you, but I don't want you.
I don't like you more than this guy.
Yes.
It's like it comes into like eventually favoritism wins out, and I don't know. It's like still hang on to Matt Kenseth in the 20, the same way I hold on to Matt Kenseth in the 17. It's like Chris Buescher, don't worry, I still like you, my guy.
You still like, man. Amazing Thanksgiving.
JB, you have anything you want to wrap up with before we? I think we close out episode 28 before we preview and sneak peek into the Kevin Harvick episode, number 29.
First off, I like Christopher Bell. I like what you said. I like the spot for him. But if I'm going to pick someone, give me Logano to win and Bell to at least finish third to keep his points within standing to get him into that Final Four.
You think Logano gets in?
I think Logano gets in.
Ooh, that'd be crazy.
I think
Penske's really good at Phoenix. Penske's really good at Phoenix too. Man, you're calling for an odd number Logano year, JB? We've never seen this before.
An odd number Logano year. This just seems like an odd year. Like just something different about this year.
18, 22, 24, JB. He does it on the odd years or the even years.
This seems just an odd season right now that I think somehow, some way, he gets it done, and we're all going to be stunned and shocked.
I'm fairly confident he's won at Martinsville before. I'm going to double check really fast.
Come on.
He has one win. Jesus, sorry that took so long, everybody. God damn.
He's got one. He's got one. Yeah. Make it two. Make it two this weekend.
Shout out. We'll see what happens. But hey, this has been Fast and Loose with JB Smooth and Chase Hill. He's fast. I'm loose. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
Peace.